Because there's so much information, and if you've ever seen a blood work report,
Right.
It's like, what am I looking at?
I go to a naturopath, and so we look at it differently than typical, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I do understand that a lot of the normal ranges, if you will, in blood
Mm-hmm.
work has to do with the average population,
Yes.
not the average healthy population.
Correct.
So that's maniacal to me.
Yes.
Because, like, to say that I'm okay when maybe I have something because I just happen to fall in a normal range is insane.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. I'm one of these people who, when I've taken personality tests and stuff, I know what they're trying to get at or what the answer they want for like a job or whatever. I kind of cheat or whatever. So when you guys ask ahead of time, I, for example, just full transparency, believe it or not, before Tracy and I even started talking about me doing the podcast here, have a kit steaming its way towards me from Josh Axe, Dr. Axe.
Oh, okay.
He does a biomarker thing. He has you
Yeah.
poke your finger and do the blood, whatever. Anyway, they wanted me to answer like several pages of questions ahead of time.
Yeah.
And in my brain, and I'm not thinking any of you are deceitful or trying to sell me supplements, but there is a little bit of an end game when you have deficiencies, is I feel like I don't want to tell you what my brain is assessing about my body and my health, because aren't the biomarkers supposed to show us that?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So, for example, let's talk about one of the things we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
Perimenopause.
Okay. I'm 63.
So
I'm like
you're
5 years,
postmenopause,
10
yes.
years on the other side, but okay.
You can have sometimes dysfunction in how you're feeling on a day-to-day basis, even if the lab markers are in a quote-unquote optimal range. And that's why having a conversation with somebody is so important.
Okay.
Because women, especially in their sort of mid-30s to early 40s when perimenopause can start to set in, the first sign isn't imbalance in the labs.
Right.
It's, I don't feel like myself.
Right. There's emotional and mental
Yes.
and physical,
So
right? Yeah.
you have to pair the numbers with somebody as a person, because as much as we do need the biomarkers to tell us and give us those early warning signs and to help guide the boat, so to speak, right, help drive the roadmap, you have to go based on how someone's feeling. So I'll use myself as an example. I just got my 6-month comparative blood work done,
Okay.
and it looks worse than it did in April,
Oh, no.
but I feel fine.
So, yeah.
However,
isn't that how it is? Like with cancer or what have you? Any
Exactly.
of those things, yeah.
But I had COVID last month.
Oh, kind
So
of threw things
the
off. Right.
biomarkers are not reflective of how I feel. So if I just went off of what the numbers were telling me, it would completely change how we make the correct interventions based on my 6-month blood work. Because for all intents and purposes, my blood work should have improved,
Right.
right?
Right.
But because I'm
And so
I
now
was
you
sick-
could be frustrated and think, okay,
Yes.
these supplements or these deficiencies or
Exactly.
these whatever. So what's interesting with that too is like sometimes, I guess the way you guys analyze it, that might be my next question,
Yeah.
is when you go to a conventional doctor
Mm-hmm.
and they get the blood work, and if you go in telling them, I feel X, Y, and Z,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it feels like they stop at me telling them X, Y, or Z,
Right.
and then just automatically prescribe or whatever off of that.
Yeah.
So you guys take the combination. You're not just trusting that
Right.
I understand 100% of what's happening to me, but I do understand when I'm tired or when
Exactly.
stuff's okay.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.